I think it is. Good evening, everyone. Good. Now you make me less nervous because you're all seating. Getting a little worried that you're running out of here. Welcome, everyone. Always a fun evening we're going to have. Going to promote someone in the police department, so that's great. I think we're going to do the pledge and then go into the meeting.
Trustee Fritchie.
I'm present.
Trustee White.
Present.
Trustee Yost.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Lopez
Present.
and Mayor Levin.
Present.
Thank you.
Great. So I think we're going to start with the Ossining Police Department appointment. Which way am I going first? We're just gonna go down there and
This
then
way.
do this. Only done this so many times. Got blue on it.
Oh, we'll cover it in post. Don't worry. Your shirt and how everybody else is in blue.
Some extra.
That's it. What's email? Listen.
Thank you. I'm gonna stand here. It's okay.
Okay. Come on.
Should I assume a growing family?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't like to say. Oh, bring the little guy up here. Why is the little guy? Why is our future police chief not involved? Come on, is that Ryder? Ryder, come give me the keys. How adorable is he? Oh my, did he get new sneakers? What's happening here? Look, he knows how to step over. The rest of us can't. How are you? How are you? How old is he?
16 months.
Oh, wow.
Purples.
Yeah, he seems like a good boy. So people don't think they're going to get nervous, but they do get nervous when they come up here. We're going to swear you in, say a few words, and then Chief is going to say a few words, and then you have to remember to sign the book. Yes. So let me do the swearing in. I'm going to let you hold it because there we go. Did they write your name in?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's amazing. So you know what? Let me do it. I'll hold it. I won't you raise your right hand. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
I'm gonna hold it up for you. Great. I,
I,
the whole name.
Connor Tompkins, being duly sworn.
I'll do it. Being duly sworn, state on my honor, I will never betray my badge, my integrity, my character, or the public trust.
I, Connor Tompkins, being duly sworn, state on my honor, I will never betray my badge, my integrity, my character, or the public trust.
I will always have the courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions.
I will always have the courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions.
Further, that I am a resident of the state of New York and I will support the Constitution of the United States of America and the state of New York.
Further, I am a resident of the state of New York and I will support the Constitution of the United States of America and the state of New York.
I will obey all ordinances, rules, and regulations of the Village of Ossining
I will obey all of the ordinances, rules, and regulations of the Village of Ossining.
and will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Police Sergeant in and for the said Village of Ossining, New York, to the best of my abilities.
And will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Police Sergeant in and for the said Village of Ossining, New York, for the best of my abilities.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's more nerve-wracking than people think to stand up here. Am I right? Take your time. Okay, great. So it's really, you can stay up here because there'll be pictures afterwards. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's really great when we see people sort of moving up the ranks. We love it. We enjoy it. I know the chief's excited about you. He'll say a few words. I always talk about family being here because, and everybody that's been here before knows this, that when you're a police officer, especially in this day and age, it really involves the whole family. because it's a 24-hour day job. It's not an easy job. I think it's become more and more difficult as the years have gone on in this country. And we always appreciate people who participate in the police. I know we even have Reverend Pfeiffer's here. She sits on the police committee on behalf of the citizens. She knows many of the police officers. So there are members, your colleagues are here, and we look forward to many years of service here, and we hope that you stay here throughout your career. We appreciate, who else in your family? I saw your son, so your wife. Are there other family members?
Parents.
Great. Oh, that's nice. That's your mom? So I have kids too. So just from mom to mom, I have to tell you that I know that family, has, you have to sort of step in when the police are out there doing some heavy duty work on behalf of the community. So I always appreciate when parents are available. Not everyone's lucky enough to have parents. So you are lucky enough to have a family support, which I think becomes really important as much as your colleagues. So congratulations and welcome.
Thank you. Congratulations, Connor. Promotions are great. I say that all the time. Promotions are awesome. And they're never easy, especially this one, because every candidate was a great candidate for this role. And it's not an easy decision. And I think it's a testament to the men and women of the police department who are eligible for these promotions to make it such a hard decision. If it was an easy decision, I don't think it would be as rewarding. And, I think for the men and women of the police department, it's equally as rewarding because there are so many great candidates and there's such a talented pool to choose from. It really is a hard decision for myself and the administration to make. But enough about that. A little bit more about Connor. Connor, born and raised here in Ossining. Did a little time in Sleepy Hollow. It's okay. But we're happy to have him a little bit. Connor is a college athlete, graduate of SUNY Cortland, where he played football and club lacrosse. He graduated with a teaching degree, where he started his career in teaching, and then came to us after being an educator. But he continued the tradition of education here at the police department as a role as an SRO in the high school. And not only in his role as an SRO in the high school, he's also an accomplished trainer here. Not only in addition to his patrol duties, he is a firearms instructor. He's a defensive tactics instructor. He's a taser instructor. He's on our SWAT team. He's a sniper. I mean, there's a lot of hats and jobs that Connor Tompkins does. And he's, he's, I guess, an associate instructor at the police academy. So there's a lot of, not only does he touch the officers here in continuing their professionalism and, continuing education on our job, but throughout the county. And it makes myself and the other administrators proud to have representative, doing that for everybody throughout the county. And it's a really great honor. And, he's also a football coach and a lacrosse coach and a wrestling coach. He's probably the first sergeant we have that'll make you do wind sprints in the parking lot if you're late to briefing. So, but we know you do great things, and congratulations again and welcome.
And then this big. Yeah.
Addison, you want to say a few words?
What did he ask us? Say the 18th.
We're ready? Thank you, everybody. Oh, why we canceled? We went through that whole list and there was a reason. Crazy. I don't know. Who remembers? Okay, I think we're ready to move on with the meeting, folks. Folks, if we could have, if you want to stay for the meeting, that's great. Always like to have folks stay for the meetings.
Okay, Police Sergeant appointment Connor Tompkins. Resolved the County of Westchester Department of Human Resources has certified the Village of Ossining a list of eligible candidates from the oh my God, I'm having a rough night tonight. Contingent permanent appointment position of police sergeant, and whereas Connor Tompkins is ranked for the aforesaid list of eligible candidates, now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining, pursuant with the applicable provision of the Civil Service Law and the unconsolidated laws of New York State, hereby appoints Connor Tompkins to the position of police sergeant in the Village of Ossining Police Department for eligible list number 71-706, effective August 25th, 2025, at an annual salary of $134,756. The appointment is subject to a probational period of not less than 12 or not more than 52 weeks. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Any questions? Sue?
All in favor?
Aye.
Excellent. Public hearing on the matter of sidewalk assessment for 54 Sherwood. Is there anyone here that wishes to speak on the sidewalk assessment for 54 Sherwood? Is there anyone online that wishes? Please raise your virtual hand.
No virtual hands.
All right. Do I have a motion to close the public hearing on the sidewalk assessment?
So move. Sue?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, Mayor and trustee announcements.
Great, let me start from the right. Dana White, any announcements? No? Folks on my left? No? Okay, well, we'll just do a reminder that, mark your calendar for an always beautiful ceremony at the waterfront by, Ossining Barclay Fire Departments for the September 11th. Always worth an extra reminder. I think this Friday is the last of the River Jam concerts. I wish I could always remember who it is, but it's always a fun evening at the waterfront. I think the weather is actually supposed to be quite nice this Friday. So let's go out there, enjoy the food trucks, enjoy the company, bring out your chairs. You know, we're going to get started next couple of weeks for the start of school right after Labor Day. So I think it's always a fun time in our community, and I think we can move on to the rest of the meeting.
Okay, administrative reports, village manager Karen Totori.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. So the end of summer, always a bittersweet time. We've had an exciting summer, though, here in the Village of Ossining. We had plenty of interns helping us out through the county employment program and the youth bureau. And we had plenty of events and concerts and any number of things that were going on almost every weekend that our Parks and Rec department were helping with. The rest of our departments, obviously, were pretty busy as well. Always a lot to do outside. So always want to give a shout out to the people who worked in the very hot weather in our sanitation department, our highway department, the parks department, and everybody else who contributes to keeping the village functioning day by day. Of course, that would be Ossining Police Department too. And they have big, heavy uniforms as well. So it was hot, but we got a lot done. And the good news is too, is before summer ends, we will be removing the Asian milfoil that has contaminated the pond at Wishney Park or the reservoir, and that will be happening on August 28th and 29th. And tonight there is a resolution to vote on the purchase of a fountain to replace the one that had broken earlier this summer. We also have a resolution to award the multimodal transportation hub construction contract. And with that, we will likely be breaking ground or at least starting work and mobilizing in October. And that is the first of our DRI projects to get underway. The construction of that will take probably 12 to 18 months. And once that's done, we'll be starting development of the surface parking lots, starting with a mixed use development on the post office parking lots on the corner of Main and Spring. Simultaneously, while we're building the multimodal transportation hub, we should be probably about October, we'll be getting ready to bid for the redesign of the community center. So that should be underway in 2026 as well. We also are waiting, we've just submitted our final comments on the DOT's comments for the road diet. So we're hoping to get final approval on that, on the design of and engineering of that, and hopefully get that started in 2026 as well. So it will be a busy year, but a lot of good projects underway. And other than that, as we wind down summer, we're getting ready for budget season. So department heads have already started working on their budgets. We'll be having internal meetings before the board meetings in October. And that is also a very fun and exciting time. But it's also a good time for us all to get together and really make sure we're using our resources as efficiently and effectively as possible. So with that, we end summer and start budget season.
Thank you.
Corporation Counsel, Stuart Kahan.
Thank you, Village Clerk. Folks, more public service announcement. Tonight, we have a resolution, Resolution G, which is to correct a tax bill. It may sound minor and the amount of the bill may sound fairly low, but everyone should check their tax bills because it will happen on occasion that there will be an error with regard to exemptions. In this particular case, person's exemption was inadvertently dropped and they picked it up and they are going to be getting the money back. But it's important that everyone check it. It's not an intentional error that occurs, but sometimes they do happen. And if they do, you should bring it to the attention of the town's receiver of taxes and, of course, to the village finance department so that the appropriate documentation can be prepared, ultimately approved by the county's tax commission, and then, as we have tonight, a resolution authorizing the change. But just a word to the wise, look at those bills carefully. Thank you.
Police Chief Aaron Zimmerman. Sorry.
Good evening. Thank you, Stuart, for, making sure we all get fair representation for our taxation. Okay, so again, congratulations to Connor, promoted to sergeant tonight. Very excited for that. I know he'll do great. Kind of piggybacking what the mayor mentioned earlier, school is starting. And I think this is our last meeting before school is starting. School starts on the 2nd of September this year. Labor Day is on the Monday the 1st, so 9/2, school starts. What does that mean for everybody? That means your commuting time will probably be a little bit longer because the school buses will be out, and the first few weeks of schools are always a little bit challenging for parents, for commuters, and especially the students and the bus drivers. So please allow for some extra time in your commute in the morning. Be a little bit more patient as everyone's children in the village are getting on the buses. Sometimes buses take a little bit of time to pick up the kids and drop them off. So please do not pass the school buses. It is highly illegal to pass a school bus. We will have marked cars. We will have unmarked cars following as many buses as we can in the morning and in the afternoon for a while, making sure that the children are safe. And if you decide to pass a school bus, you'll probably end up leaving with a souvenir. It's a heavy ticket. Not worth it. Wait the extra few seconds because the alternative of getting a ticket is a lot worse. So please keep in mind the safety of the students getting on and off the bus as you're driving through the village. In that same vein of enforcement, you'll probably see an uptick in enforcement coming up as far as details are concerned, speed details, equipment violation details, that being window tint, windshield tint. They're all illegal. Modified mufflers, All right, any modification to your exhaust system, it's a summons. So please, sure that, you're driving carefully, you're maintaining your speed limits because we're going to be out there and, it's a safety thing for the community and reducing accidents. So be advised that, we're going to be out there and we're going to be looking. E-bikes, gotta stay off the sidewalks. All right. E-bikes, pedal bikes, you have to follow the rules of the road. Same rules as a car. Just because you're on a two-wheeled bicycle, whether it's powered by an electric battery or, the old school Fred Flintstone way, got to maintain the rules of the road. We've just too dangerous out there, especially with all the distracted driving. It's not worth it. Please stay off the sidewalks for the pedestrians and follow the rules of the road, because the rules that you have to follow on a bicycle are the same as you're in your car. It might be a surprise for some of the bike riders out there, but that is in fact true. That's all I got.
Oh, thank you. Organizational announcements. Announcements shall be event related only and shall be no longer than 2 minutes in length. Is there anyone in our virtual world that would like to do an organizational announcement? Please raise your virtual hand. Okay, moving on to public comment on agenda items. Visitors are accorded a 4-minute opportunity to address the board on any of the resolutions on the agenda. Is there anyone in our virtual world that would like to do that? Please raise your virtual hand. Moving on, visitor recognition. Visitors are accorded a 3-minute opportunity to address the board on issues not relating to the agenda, but of relevance to the common good of the village. Again, is there anyone online that would like to raise their virtual hand to make any visitor recognition? All right, moving on to village board resolutions. Approval of minutes, July 16th, 2025. Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining hereby approves the minutes of the July 16th, 2025 regular meeting as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
I'm sorry, who moved? Oh, okay, and who seconded? I apologize. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Approval of minutes, August 13th, 2025. Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining hereby approves the minutes of the August 13th special meeting as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of the voucher detail report, August 20th, 2025. Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining hereby approves the voucher detail report dated August 20th, 2025 in the amount of $920,297.40. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of the IBWTP voucher detail, August 20th, 2025. Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining hereby approves the IBWTP voucher detail report dated August 20th, 2025 in the amount of $2,871,938.53. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstain. Referral to of proposed zoning text amendment to the planning board. Whereas the Board of Trustees are considering an amendment to Chapter 270 zoning, adding a new article XX or 20, moratorium on submission of processing of land use approvals for cannabis dispensaries, vape shops, smoke shops, vape lounges, and vape consumption businesses. Now therefore be it resolved that pursuant with Section 270-59 of the Village of Ossining Code, the Board of Trustees refers the proposed zoning text amendment to the Planning Board, and be it further resolved that the Planning Board will issue its report of the proposed text amendments to the zoning code within the 62 days of this referral. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Extension of preferred developer status for WPBP Development LLC for Main Street and Market Square parking lots. Whereas the Board of Trustees of the Village of, the Board of Trustees by resolution approved on November 2nd, 2022, authorized the village manager to enter into a letter agreement designating WBP Development LLC and St. Catherine Group, Inc. as the preferred development for the village-owned property known as Main Street and Market Square parking lot, And whereas the first period of exclusivity of the preferred development for the property ran 180 days from November 10th, 2022 to May 9th, 2023. And whereas the period of exclusivity subsequently was extended for an additional 180 days through November 5th, 2023, and whereas the period of exclusivity subsequently was again extended for additional 180 days through May 3rd, 2024, and whereas the period of exclusivity was extended through October 31st, 2024, and whereas the Village of Ossining Board of Trustees, WPBP Development LLC want to extend the period of exclusivity for an initial 630 days until July 23rd, 2026 to facilitate continued due diligence and actions towards completion of an acceptable plan for the redevelopment of the property and the drafting of the finalization of necessary contract documents. Now therefore be resolved that the period of exclusivity detailed in the November 8th, 2022 letter agreement is extended through July 23rd, 2026. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second.
Any questions, comments? Sue?
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Authorizing correction for exemption refunds. Whereas the village treasurer and the corporation council were notified by the town assessor that the following homeowners of the village of Ossining were entitled to a refund of real property taxes paid as a result of a clerical error, specifically the incorrect percent for a disability exemption was applied for Howard Sheckelman and Hannah Sheckelman, 16 Rockledge Avenue, Unit 1 to N. And whereas, be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining hereby authorizes and directs the village treasurer to make such a refund for the real property taxes noted in Schedule A below. And Schedule A was posted on the bulletin board of the village clerk and on the webpage. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Call for a public hearing, proposed local law 2025, amending Chapter 270 zoning, RDD zoning district. Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining hereby calls for a public hearing to take place at 7:30 PM on September 3rd, 2025 at the Municipal Building, 16 Croton Avenue. It should be at the,
As amended, that will be at 86-88 Spring Street, the Bert Solfagan Police Court Facility. My apologies.
okay, we'll get that far. And be assumed to consider proposed changes to local law 2025, amending Chapter 270 zoning, RDD zoning district, and be it further resolved that members of the public are invited to attend the public hearing in person at the above referred location, and be it further resolved that those members of the public requiring a reasonable accommodation to participate in the public hearing due to the person's disability shall notify Corporation Council no later than 7 days prior before the meeting at kahan@villageofosningny.gov to afford the village significant time to provide a reasonable accommodation, and be it further resolved that those members of the public who want to attend or participate in the public hearing remotely access through available via a Zoom platform, and be it further resolved that comments regarding the proposed local law will be accepted by the Board of Trustees at bot@villageofosningny.gov. Do I have a motion of the amended resolution?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Authorize agreement with Westchester County for prisoner transportation. Resolved that following review of Corporation Council, the village manager is authorized to sign the agreement with Westchester County for the transportation of prisoners for the term of January 1, 2025 to December 31st, 2026. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Sidewalk assessment, 54 Sherwood Avenue, whereas on June 20th, 2024, James Amendo, the owner of 54 Sherwood Avenue, authorized the Department of Public Works to perform sidewalk and/or driveway apron repairs on his property, and whereas the work was completed, and now therefore be resolved that the itemized costs noted below are just and reasonable, and be it further resolved that the amount to be assessed is not paid in 30 days after the assessment, by this board in action to recover the amount assessed will be maintained by the village against the property owner, or the special warrant will be issued by the board for the collection of the assessment for the amount thereof to be included in the next annual tax levy. And the amount is $4,535, and the breakdown is on the bulletin board of the clerk's office and on the webpage. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Authorized purchase of Audubon Giant Fountain Unit. No, this is the unit. Resolved that following review of Corporation Council, the village manager is authorized to sign an estimate 67036. Is that an amount?
No,
No.
that's the number of the estimate.
Oh, sorry.
Was that like an invoice number or
Yeah.
something, right?
Dated June 27, 2024 for the pond and lake connection, 1112 Federal Road, Brookfield, Connecticut, for the purchase of the Audubon Giant Fountain Unit to be installed at Richard Nixon Park. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second?
I just want to comment for those following us. I know we go fast at these meetings. I say this over and over. Mostly because many of these items are discussed at length at the sessions the week before. And this fountain has been discussed at least twice, 2 different meetings. It's a fountain in Wishney Park that broke down. It's unfortunate. It certainly didn't last as long as we would have hoped. It also has created algae problems and other issues in the water. And there's also other issues in the pond as nature has taken over. So there was a lot of conversation. Want to see that? You can look at it from the previous session. Sue?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
DPW award to bid, multimodal transportation hub general construction.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sue.
I'm sorry.
So there's no price on here, right? Under K? There's just the number of
That's the number.
No, I have the bill here. I just didn't put it into the resolution.
Okay. Okay, I thought normally we put it, but it's okay either way, right? Okay,
It's either way, sure.
Okay.
Since we're referring to the specific estimate,
okay. And
it's
it's
just-
about, where did we come in on that? About 35?
you're right, it's a little over $30,000, maybe.
Plus then the 9,000, a little under 9,000 to then do the remediation work for the pond.
That was 6,000.
The
6,000.
remediation was 5,800 and
Okay,
the,
another, okay.
What about in that 30,000, is that including the upgrades for electrical?
Yeah, the 25,
it doesn't include it, but I don't think there was significant cost in terms of the upgrade based on my conversations with Andy and Bill.
okay. Great, thank you. Did we vote?
Yes, we did.
Great. Oh, we're up to DPW,
Yes.
excuse me.
DPW award of bid, multimodal transportation hub, the general construction. Resolved that subject to review of Corporation Council, the Board of Trustees of the Village of Austin hereby awards the bill for contract number DPW-25-07G, multimodal transportation hub general construction to Andron Construction Corporation, 21 Anderson Lane, Goldens Bridge, New York, 10526, in a bid of $15,999,000 as the lowest bid received from a responsive and responsible bid. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second? Go ahead, Sue.
All in favor?
Aye.
DPW award to bid, multimodal transportation hub electrical construction. Resolved that subject to review of Corporation Council, the Board of Trustees of the Village of Austin hereby awards the bid of contract number DPW-25-07E, multimodal transportation hub electrical construction to Neighbor Electrical Corporation, 1025 Sawmill River Road, Yonkers, New York, 10710, for a bid amount of $1,098,765 as the lowest bid received from a responsive and responsible bidder. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second? Sue?
All in favor?
Aye.
DPW award bid, multimodal Transportation Hub Mechanical Construction. Resolved that, subject to review of Corporation Council, the Board of Trustees of the Village of Austining hereby awards the bid for contract number DPW-25-7M Multimodal Transportation Hub Mechanical Construction to DJ Heating and Air Conditioning, Inc., 1409 Route 9W, Marlboro, New York, 12542, for a bid amount of $398,000. That is the lowest bid received from a responsive and responsible bidder. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
DPW award a bid, multimodal transportation hub plumbing construction. Resolved that upon review of Corporation Council, the Board of Trustees of the Village of Austining hereby awards the bid of contract number DPW-2507P multimodal transportation hub plumbing construction to VFR Contracting, 176 South Highland Avenue, Austining, New York, 10562, for the bid amount of $767,000 as the lowest bid received from a responsive and responsible bidder. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Fire Department appointment. Austining Hose Company Number 1, resolved that upon recommendation of the Fire Chief, Wilberto Alvarado, Austining, New York, is elected as an active firefighter for Austining Hose Company Number 1. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Fire Department appointments. A Senate Hook and Ladder Company Number 1, resolved that upon recommendation of the Fire Chief, Robert Fajardo, Austining, New York, is elected as an active firefighter member of the Senate Hook and Ladder Company Number 1. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Continuing business of the board. Okay, new business of the board. Do you want to do this? Okay, yeah.
Folks, this is the 3-year agreement that the village has with Arcadis regarding the lead and copper line reporting proposal. Arcadis has been doing this for past years. This is for calendar years 2025 through 2027. It's for a not to exceed amount of $60,000 for the 3 years. It's the required reporting for both the United States Environmental Protection Agency and for the New York State Department of Health. And again, they have been handling this compliance reporting for the village since 2021. So that's the topic, and that's a resolution to authorize Arcadis for the next 3 years.
Is there like an amount that we're
Not
committing
to
to?
exceed $60,000.
What did it cost last year?
Don't have last year's.
So, okay, so we're being asked to pass a resolution. This was bid out, there's no bidding. Just explain to me what we're doing here. Usually, we're told in advance, there's a 3-bid system. I know Paul walked out, right? What's his name is on this.
In this.
I'm not quite sure
particular
what just
case,
Like
happened.
this.
Okay,
It's specialized reporting that relates to testing, so it is not subject to the bidding procedures.
okay,
We've used Arcadis in the past to do these projects. They're obviously doing other projects with the village, but the specific work they're doing here is with regard to the lead pipe replacement reporting
Okay.
work that's required by both, as I said, US EPA and New York State DOH, Department of Health. So that's being done. It's approximately $20,000 per year, but it's not
Right.
to exceed $60,000 for the 3 years. And it's basically be based on time and expenses using their summary of charges, and their 2025 summary of charges is what we already have with regard to the other Arcadis work that's being done, for example, for the Indian Brook. There's no difference in those hourly fees.
got it. Okay. It would just be nice to know what we are spending on these individual items, in that one time in 3 years that we actually pass resolutions on them. Okay,
Let me read the resolution. Resolved that following review by the Corporation Council, the village manager is authorized to sign the proposal from Arcadis of New York, 855 Route 146, Suite 210, Clifton Park, New York, 12065, for lead and copper compliance reporting requirements for a 3-year term. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Hey Karen, just do me a favor, just do a quick email when you see that. I'm sure people just want to see like what we spent for the past year or two. Comes to per year. But just FYI, it's not urgent.
So do I have a motion to adjourn to executive session for personnel and legal?
All right, so before we do that, C in the agenda was to do a mid-year finance. We are going to postpone that. Dale Brennan was not available to come tonight. The reason we ran actually quickly is because we expected this to take, easily 45 minutes, if not more. So Dale is not able to come tonight, some family stuff, and she called in today. So we're going to skip that for those people that actually are following this. Just be aware, most likely, she'll be with us at the next meeting that we have. Okay, now, Sue.
Do I have a motion to adjourn to executive session for personnel and legal?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, folks, thank you very much. We will not be meeting next week. We will see you again September 3rd here in this very room. And I expect that calendar to be quite full and long and post Labor Day. So enjoy Labor Day, everyone, and see you then. Good night.